An audio store named KeepHiFi has created some surprise bundles for you. There are 3 options to choose from. You pay a fixed price and inside them will be special IEMs as a surprise. And the total value of these products will be at least equal to, if not more, than what you've paid for. It'll never be less. They have listed a bunch of potential prices, so you'll be getting any one of those depending on which bundle you've purchased. I have mine here. Let's take a look. And whatever's in this bag, it's all going to you, so stick around till the end. When you buy one of these, you have no idea what's inside, so it'll be like a proper surprise gift, especially if you love IEMs. Looks like I got 3 packages and a Christmas greeting card. I know that Christmas is over now, but still. Looks like I got 2 of them from CCZ, the Duet and the Harmony, and KBE a Little Q. I have never heard of that before. But let's see how it is. Let's start with the CCZ Duet. I believe these were launched earlier this year, maybe around April. Now that's a pretty interesting design. It looks like metal, but it's actually plastic. But that's okay, it's a pretty thick, hard plastic. The cable is bundled in one of these plastic pouches. I don't like that. It kind of cheapens the experience of unboxing. But the quality of that cable is actually pretty good. It reminds me of the Blonde BL03 cable. And also Tangzu Vanner's cable. I noticed they have an interesting design with a hard rubber tip to hold it better in your ears. And yes, it does help out when you're wearing them. They're very lightweight and they fit snugly as well. Sound-wise, these remind me a lot of the Caster Pro, but a little bit more refined. Compared to the Caster Pro, this thing has lesser bass and lesser top end. It sounds bright and sharp, but not as sharp as the Caster Pro, so I like these more. There are still lots of bass. These are not some neutral sounding ones at all. They are still in your face, but less so than the Caster Pro, if that makes sense. And also because of that unique design that I mentioned, they are more comfortable than the Caster Pro. They fit well in my ears. Now of course, the Caster Pro isn't bad. If you like absolute crazy treble and bass, they are great for that. But these are a bit more toned down, which is what I prefer. And that's exactly who this is for. If you tried the Caster Pro and you thought, whoa, that's way too much, then this is great for you. It resembles the Caster Pro's sound without the same energy. So it's more tolerable and easier to listen to. Next, let's try the CCZ Harmony. Driver configuration wise, it's similar to the Duet, but there might be some difference in sound. And of course the design. Just look at this. Once again, it's completely plastic, but looks really nice. And no, it does not feel cheap. It has that same rubberized section up front. I like that. I've never seen that in other IEMs before, but they should have it. The cable is once again similar. It's good. And sound-wise, these are a stark contrast. They have nowhere near as much sharpness as the CCZ Duet. And on that note, they don't seem anything special to me. I mean, yeah, they sound laid back and relaxed. I like that. But the Salnote Zero and Tangzu Vanner pretty much do the same thing at a lower price. So I'm struggling to kind of come up with who to recommend this to. I mean, the design is pretty unique and that fit is really nice and comfy. So you can consider that if that's something you value. And sound-wise, they might have a slightly elevated upper mids. I mean, it's very subtle. So if for some reason you couldn't get the Salnote Zero, then you can get this. But honestly, the Salnote Zero seems better to me. If you found a great deal on these, go ahead. They have the Zero sound and that unique design we talked about. But other than that, it's fairly, expected behavior. It's not as exciting as the CCZ Duet. The Duet is genuinely nice for all those who think the Caster Pro is too sharp, and other similar sharp IEMs like the ZSN Pro, etc. The last one is this thing, the KBE Little Q or something. I've never heard of it. Okay, they seem to be in-ear earphones or sleep buds of some kind. I see, they are not anything specialized. I mean, they are fairly affordable. They are just earphones. They are not exactly meant for hi-fi listening, and yeah, they sound really V-shaped. They have decent bass and top end, not a lot of mid-range. It sounds pretty average in comparison to other IEMs we have seen. Like I said, these are not IEMs meant for serious listening. That's why they are so tiny. The main incentive of these is that they are super lightweight. They feel like nothing in your ears. And no, I'm not talking about the nothing ears. Get it? Sorry. And once again, I'm thinking of a use case for this. I suppose these are kind of nice for those who sleep with their earphones. I won't recommend that unless you're planning to marry your earphones. Okay, I'll stop. I won't recommend that because having them in your ears for a long time isn't good. They might sweat and create all kinds of bacteria problems and all that. I mean, that's in general. Take that as a general advice for any earphone. But if you're traveling and you don't want to worry about charging stuff, I suppose you could use these. They'll always be ready to go, right? Wired. Or maybe these are decent for gaming too. They do have a decent amount of treble, like I said, nothing extended. But yes, these are good enough for gaming. Since they are so lightweight, you might feel extra comfortable with those. But as you can tell, there aren't really that many serious use cases for these. So I would suggest staying away from them and get an IEM instead. You will have better sound and you'll get the same features this thing does anyway. Minus the ultra tiny size, which other than looking visually striking, I don't know exactly how useful it is. But anyways, those those were the contents of my KeepHiFi mystery bag. If you want to get one of your own, you can go to the link in the description and buy one. I wouldn't recommend this for beginners if you've never had an IEM before, because you'll be getting a random assortment of items. You won't exactly have a chance to choose which IEM you get. You'll just get it based on the amount that you've paid. This is more for those who have IEMs already but would like to have something else, maybe as an interesting surprise. I mean, I just thought this was more interesting than just a stock clearance sale that we usually see, so that's why I showed it to you. But as promised, all three of these are going to you. As usual, if you'd like to win one of these, just leave a comment, tell me which one you want and why. How will that particular IEM help you? I'll pick winners and tag all three of them in a pinned comment below this video. Make sure you have your email ID. I keep saying this, but people don't follow it. Because of that, this person missed out on the giveaway. He was the first winner, but he never responded and he never had his email in his profile. Because of that, I couldn't ship his prize. Don't make that mistake. Don't miss out. Have your email in your profile so I can contact you. Other than that, if you have any questions on the IEMs I've showed here, let me know in the comments.